Get Bizzy.
Okay. Hey, the countdown is on. 5 more days. 5 more days till the Cowboys report to training camp. Remember, when you come in, please smash that like button, hit that share button, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Talk a little bit of Cowboys today. A little bit in the news. I'm trying to bring you the best Cowboy coverage I possibly can. And you know the routine. I'm Biscuit. This is Getting Busy. So with that being said, let's get busy. Hope everybody's doing good tonight or today. Coming on a little bit earlier than normal, but remember I try to go live between 6:30 and 7, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And it looks like we're going to have some problems. Don't know what's going on with this. And we're back. Have no idea why it's doing that. Maybe I'm trying. Maybe I'm checking everything out. Everything looks good. So I think we're going to be fine. So let's just keep our fingers crossed. Maybe that was one little glitch and it's over. My God, it drives me nuts when this happens. Okay. So anyway, try to get some things that go on here. All right, and we're back. Okay. So I tried to talk about a little bit the other day about Dak and him. I think hopefully he get a shot at the MVP this year. I think he can with everything. If it panned out the way it did last year, like I said before, if it wasn't for the fact that the Cowboys didn't go to the playoffs, I do believe he would have been hands down the MVP. I know we can say, "Oh hell, wait a minute, man." Stafford has something to say about that, and yeah, he did. Stafford had a lot to say about it, and I'm not saying he didn't. But Dak hit every category at top 5. Stafford didn't do that. Stafford's team went to the playoffs. So I'm going to say, Dak's come so close so many times that if offense plays like it did last year and the Cowboys do hit double-digit wins and get to, which I really think they can, okay? I'm always going to believe that. When I see this team, I see this team as a whole. I've seen the work they've done on defense. It's been a pretty interesting offseason. We've not had Jerry interfering all too bad. I mean, he hasn't really interfered at all. I haven't heard shit from him. I'm being honest. I think he said he had a little interview here a week ago or so, but before that, I think last time was at the owners meeting or something, man, or the coaches meeting down in Tampa. So he has really stayed out of it, and he's let his coaches and his coaches be the voice, and and so I really enjoy that. That makes my day. And so me saying that I would like to see Dak get a shot at the MVP, I truly believe that. I mean, I know it's a lot to go right now because we still got to get through preseason. We got to get through training camp first. Let me get through preseason. Hell, training camp, everybody reports next week. So this time, I think it was this time next week. Was it the 27th? So this time next week, our Cowboys will be in camp. Yeah. Yeah, we're giving us some more gunfire. That means we're going to get started, and I am so ready. After last year and living with that bad taste we had in our mouth because our defense couldn't close an umbrella, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible. So we know and we watched our offense be one of the best offenses we've probably seen in so long, and then just be nothing because we watched Joey Brissett.
Kiss my entire ass.
Joey Brissett just absolutely walked the dog on us. So many, just, even. And what's really irritates me about that, some of the good quarterbacks that we played against, like Mahomes, yeah, he played damn good. I'm not going to take none away from him. He played extremely good. But we beat him. With that sorry-ass defense, we beat him. Should have beat the Eagles twice. Definitely should have walked away with that victory with the damn Packers. Should have had that victory against Carolina. It's just things like that. Those few little glitches right there cost us not going to the playoffs. I mean, it did. Sanders don't fumble that ball on the 7-yard line. We probably sweep the Eagles last year. Carolina just I'm just going to have to give that some laugh, man. I mean, that was bad. We were just moving the ball at will against them guys. But the problem was they was moving the ball at will against us too. That's a game we let get away. We let Green Bay tie. So those few things right there that would have put us in the playoffs. Just a few plays is what did it. So as I made a video earlier today that Jordan Brooks signed a $51.3 million extension with Miami Dolphins. So now we can put that to rest. The Cowboys are possibly making a trade for him. Now I know a lot of Cowboy fans out there. I've been in so many panels was so hoping that was going to happen, but I kept thinking I think we can be okay at linebacker. I mean, our linebacker room is pretty stout right now. Yeah, we got probably lacking a little bit of veteran leadership. So that's why when we start talking about maybe could pivot to maybe a Von Miller or a Bobby Wagner, I wouldn't mind it because you'll have an on-field coach. So it really wouldn't bother me. Obviously you're not going to pay a whole hell of a lot of money for them at this stage in their career, but they can still come in, show these young guys, hey, some good legit techniques, because these guys, have probably forgotten how to play defense better. Some of these young guys can. Now I think obviously we're going to be looking at some of the guys in training camp, and some of the guys I'm really going to take a look at is obviously Tyler Guyton, man. I really got to have Tyler Guyton step up and be this legit left tackle. I really do. I've said so many times I am Team Tyler Guyton. I will continue to be Team Tyler Guyton until he's no longer that he can no longer cut it. That he is a bust. I can't say he's a bust right now. I've seen him at playing some good offense and some good tackle. The game against the Eagles last year when he slapped that dude right back in his head, pow, and took him out. He obviously against Parsons, he struggled, but that's to be given. Parsons is that dude, so we had to adjust for that. I think he only gave up like 2 sacks, but he gave up a shit ton of pressures, and and then Dak had to step up and mitigate that with his able to maneuver around the pocket, and that's what Dak does. So we need him to really, because Shoddy has called him out, and I am going to stay on Team Tyler Guyton right now until like I said, I think until I can legitimately say Nate Thomas is what we got to go with. Now I'm not ready to say that yet because I've seen some good out of Tyler. I've seen some bad. Now I got it. We just got to get him to the point where he's can stop that panic and shit. You know what I mean? When he's getting beat, he can get his feet back and get his base back and try to finish the play, whatever he can do. Because when he gets beat, he has a tendency to hold or do something dirty. We don't need that. We got to have better technique than that. So I've seen some good from him. I'm going to stick with it. He has those long arms. He's such a big guy. He's strong, and he's young. He's athletic. He's one of the most athletic guys on the line. If you really stop and think about it, he just needs to get his technique down a little bit better. And I think we'll see him have strides. This is third year. This is what I usually give on the lineman. If it's defensive lineman, if it's offensive lineman, I usually say, okay, they got to be here about 3 years before they can really adjust. So this is his third year. It's time to put up or shut up. So I'm going to keep an eye on Guyton at camp and in preseason. Obviously, of course, we're going to keep. We got to make sure he's going to be good. I mean, he's got to. We also got to keep. He's got to stay healthy. Being hurt is one of his main problems, and that throws off his techniques and just throws everything off. So I just got to say, Guyton has got to stay healthy. He's got to maintain his composure and keep his base in front of him, and I think he can do good if he can just keep his technique right and keep his skills at a good base. So that's what I'm going to say about Guyton. So I'm going to stick with Team Tyler Guyton. He just got to step up and show because Shoddy has called him out, so it's time to put up or shut up. Deron Bland.
Oh, hell no.
A couple years ago, Deron Bland made so many great plays. I think he should have been Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, all those pick sixes he did. But it's like he's not a shutdown corner, though. He made big plays, and he got paid to be a shutdown corner. But the last 2 years, Deron Bland really ain't showed me much. I mean, I think he's really got to step up because he could be on the chopping block. I mean, I just can't see them wanting to continue to pay the money that they're paying him and him not being able to play. And when he does play, he's getting burned up and down the field. We can't have that. That's the same shit we had with Diggs. Now, Diggs, injuries took him out because Diggs was a shutdown corner. Anybody can say anything they want. Go back, watch the tape. Diggs was that dude. It just injuries took him out, and before you know it, he just wasn't as good as the money he was getting paid. So that's the same thing that Bland is going down. I haven't yet to see him in the last couple of years step up and be this $80 million corner. I haven't seen it, and I think Cowboy Nation, us as fans, are getting a little bit impatient. So it's time for him to step up. This is the year. I mean, the pressure's on him everywhere because the Cowboys have literally built up their secondary in this offseason. They've brought in Kobe Durant. They brought in P.J. Locke. They drafted Caleb Downs. They got guys like Carson that's coming into play. They got young talent, and so they're going to be putting some pressure on him if they're going to move on because I think that I really believe in Siobhan Revell, like I've said a million times. He's the guy that I think he's really going to turn some heads this year. I'm pretty sure. That's the way I feel at this point right now. Yet it's still got to be seen. He really didn't get a chance to prove last year. He didn't play till to the final final 5 games of the season. So he really didn't get a chance to show who and what he's got. When he came in, he didn't, he wasn't ready. He didn't go to camp last year. He didn't go to mini camps. He didn't do rookie camps because he was too busy rehabbing that knee because, we drafted him hurt. And so we also got that new kid, Moore. Now he's another one we gotta keep an eye on, see if he stays healthy because he got hurt in college. And I guess, is the year that he was healthy, he was really good. So we got to keep an eye on. I'm going to keep an eye on him. What I'm saying is Bland is going to have some pressure on him this year in camp. He's going to have it. The Cowboys probably don't want to continue to pay him all this money when all these other players are not making that kind of money. and they're going to outplay him. So Teron Bland has got to step up. He's got to step up. So we're going to be keeping an eye on Teron Bland big time because, he's supposed to be the best corner we've got at the money he makes. Now, I personally think Kobe Durant is that guy, but he doesn't make what the money that Teron Bland makes. Teron Bland got that contract for what he did in 2023. Well, this is 2026. It's time to step up. These last 2 years has been absolutely terrible. He's not really been that good. So then we go to DeMarvion Overshown. The big thing about DeMarvion Overshown is health. Staying healthy. A healthy DeMarvion Overshown is probably good enough to be All-Pro. We've seen it. We've seen how good he could be. But we also know that he's coming off of that he has 2 knees that's been surgically repaired. ACL tear in both of them. Excuse me. So health is going to be the big thing. Now I seen the interview. He is the one that wants to take over the mic this year. He wants to be the inside linebacker. He wants to be the quarterback of the defense. And okay, that all sounds great. He's got to show what he's got. He hired, he went and hired Dave Mulagata as his agent. So he plans on having a big season, probably to get his big money. If he can't stay healthy, none of that's going to happen. So DeMarvion Overshown, we all know that the talent is there. He's fast. He can tackle. He has good skills. He has good fundamentals. He can cover. He's that guy when he's healthy. So staying healthy is the big thing because he too is going to be pushed by a rookie. I'm here to tell you, if you guys want to see a treat, go watch the tape on Jayshawn Barham, that rookie linebacker we drafted out of Michigan. And I know everybody's like, oh, the hell with that, man. Michigan guys ain't never worked out. Huh. Keep an eye on this one. This ain't Mozzie. This ain't Taco. This kid's tough. I mean, go watch his tape. His tape it will stand out. He's the same thing. He can cover. He's got speed. He can go side to side, up and down. He can cover the gaps. This kid's tough. So his tape has really stuck out to me. So Overshown's going to feel that. So I want Overshown to stay healthy because I want them both. I want the rotation. D Winters, we went and traded for him from San Francisco. I don't know if we traded we traded. And so I really think he's really pretty much going to maybe be the Mike because he stepped in last year for an injured Fred Warner and he took over. He did a really good job. That's why he's coming to Dallas to be a starter. But DeMarvion Overshown, he wants it, so I look for him to. So we got to see what he's got if DeMarvion can stay healthy. I think sky's the limit for DeMarvion. I'm being honest. If he stays healthy, now that's a big if because he has not stayed healthy yet. He couldn't play his rookie year because he got ACL torn in preseason. His second year he come back, looked fantastic. He was on his way to All-Pro that year, and he got hurt again. Took him out. He didn't come back till the middle of the season last year, and he played. You heard his name a few times, but he really wasn't as good as he was a year prior because, it's Eberflus's defense. Nobody was any good last year. Everybody, the flat out the Cowboys did not buy what Eberflus was selling. It was a complete disaster. So we didn't really get the best out of Overshown. So we'll see when we get a healthy Overshown for the first time in a couple years now. We're going to get a healthy, and hopefully we can get a healthy Overshown all season long, and that can be big because the defense, the Cowboys have put so much into this defense this offseason. They went all out. So I really want to see this all come to play, and we'll keep an eye on DeMarvion. Like I said, a healthy DeMarvion means trouble for the other teams. That's just the facts. All right, so now we got to look at backup running backs, and that's a little bit a big question that we got going into the camp. Some think that Jaden Blue is going to step up and be the backup. Now, last year, I was all about Jaden Blue because I was listening to, I was in a lot of TikTok podcasts. Debate. Debate channels and stuff, and we were doing a lot of going back and forths. And I ran into these guys from Texas, and they were just telling me that I need to keep an eye on this. Okay. So I took them at their word. And then when he got in the game, it wasn't what they were saying. Jaden Blue couldn't break a tackle. He wasn't working as hard at training camp. Shoddy called him out on it. So, and he was just a rookie. But this year, it seems a little bit different because Shoddy seems to be very high on Blue right now. Because he was actually at a point where I thought Shoddy was just going to cut him. He's just going to be done with him. And I'm still not ruling that out, to be honest. But Shoddy has made comments that he's seeing Jaden Blue, a different Jaden Blue this year. So I'm not going to fully jump on that Jaden Blue train like I did last year. I'm not going to do it. You know, I can't. You came into the games and he couldn't break a tackle, man. You're telling me something when you can't get away from a defender and you're getting dropped for losses every time you get the ball. But then he played that last game, and he really showed me something in that game. He literally showed me he had vision. He showed me he can get away from a tackle. He could break a tackle, and he played some decent football in that game. That was the last game of the season. So I'm going to give him another chance. Now the backup running back that I want to see, that's Phil Maffa. We'll get the right button here in a second. Phil Maffa. And if you watched him in his in preseason last year, he's the type of back that Brian's dad Marty would have wanted. Power back. You know, he got a lot of touchdowns in Clemson. I imagine he's a good short yardage runner. And I'd rather have somebody like that. We got to take pressure off Williams. Williams, honestly, I thought Sanders would probably be our star running back last year. I was completely wrong. Williams showed me that he is the man. He stepped up and he balled out. I mean, he balled. He was hooping, man. He was playing some ball. As my boy landlord said, he was hooping. He was absolutely hooping. He plays some good football. So Williams, we need a backup for him, and I want to see Phil Maffa, but I get that we want to probably have that thunder and lightning because Jaden Blue is probably going to be the fastest. Well, he is. He's the fastest running back we've had since Tony Dorsett. I mean, he runs 4.3 40s. That's wide receiver speed at a running back. Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. But you got to do it on the field. You got to show me something. He didn't show me last year. Phil Maffa showed me during preseason, but then he was coming into the NFL last year out of the draft with a hurt shoulder, and he hurt it again in preseason, and they just kept him on the developmental practice team all season. So I get it. I want to see Maffa play. I hope Blue proves me wrong, and that those guys from Texas. But when you go back and look at some of his film, he did have a problem with keeping a hold of the ball. So I hope we get past that now. Then we move on to Malik Davis. Now Malik Davis has actually got the upper hand over the other two. He's been here He's been here the longest. He's been here with Zeke and Pollard and Rico. He's been here, and he got his chance last year to run the ball a little bit. And he did a hell of a job, especially down towards the end of the season. He did a hell of a job. I think it was the Thanksgiving game against the Chiefs that he took off of that big big touchdown. Hell yeah, he did a hell of a job. So he pretty much has the upper hand, I think, over the other guys because he's been there the longest. He showed that he can play. And then we moved to Hunter Luepke. I want to use him more. He's our only fullback. So I want to use him. I really want to use our fullback, man. My buddy Chris Hennigan, a.k.a. Night Owl Cowboy, he really goes all out about wanting to use the fullback in the running game. Use him for a lead blocker. And use him to get to into goal line situations, just like we did with Emmett when we had Moose Johnston blocking the way. It worked out so good, and obviously a lot of teams don't use that no more, but why not? We have him, and we also use him a lot as a receiver. I mean, Dak has literally had some good made some big plays with him, throwing him the football like he's a tight end. I mean, it wouldn't be, he could probably play some tight end, man. Who knows? But I want to see him more. Use our fullback a little bit more. I want to agree with Chris on that because that's just something that we haven't done, and we're using more of a tight end than anything. But using for a lead blocker, trying to hit that guy, get the Spring Williams loose, that'd be great. So we'll keep an eye on that. I really want to see Hunter Luepke play a lot more than what he get a lot more playing time than what he puts out. I obviously, with us being this high-powered throwing football team, that's asking a lot. But we use him and Dak gets him involved in the passing game. So we get Hunter Luepke going. So that'd be awesome too. And then we go back to Dak. Dak this week, he's Dak. He's Dak. He's our leader. He's our quarterback. But he goes and does an interview, and he says what he loves about being the Cowboys is it's Super Bowl or bust. Well, Dak, we've been busted for a long time. So to say that, and then you had Stephen A. Smith, yeah, the biggest Cowboy hater alive. He wanted to put out his little 2 cents, and how dare Dak say that, and blah blah blah. And what irritates me is Stephen A. Smith makes me sick. He makes me fucking sick. He does. Because he's right. And that's the problem I have, man. He's absolutely right. The Cowboys have not even gotten to the NFC Championship game since 1996. So to say that he loves it in Dallas because it's Super Bowl or bust is what us fans think. And we are like that. But we've been busted for a long time. We've been busted. It's busted. It's time to get over that. But we got to take little steps first. We haven't been to the playoffs in 2 years. And that has got to stop. So right now, we have got to play some solid football. We have to get through this camp, figure out who our 53-man roster is going to be, what players that see a lot of fans that I coincide with, that I talk to online and in all these groups and on TikTok panels, they don't like preseason. Myself, I love preseason because I'm seeing a bunch of guys that's playing football trying to make their dreams come true, so they're going all out. And you will find your diamond in the rough. 2016, we found Dak Prescott because of this. Whenever Romo went down, this season was over. That was it. Then this rookie comes along and blowing everybody's mind in the preseason because he was making it look easy. He was making it look easy. And I was thinking, who the hell is this kid? Because I really didn't know who he was. So then I had to go on YouTube and I had to watch John Gruden's quarterback camp. And sure enough, there's Dak Prescott. And John Gruden, when after they do all their grueling and their drills and their little tests they do. If you guys remember the show, it was pretty cool. If you guys remember the show, they did all their little drills and at the end when it was over, it was Dak Prescott's day. He said, "I tell you what, ever who lends this kid are going to love this kid." John Gruden's words. You can go back and watch it. So. And then I started having to look into his Mississippi State, that fact that he did put together a Heisman Trophy campaign in 2014. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have known that. None of that if it wasn't for preseason and watching this kid play. Because nobody wanted, we didn't want Romo to play in the preseason. It just, no. Hell no, because we knew he would probably get hurt. And sure enough, they put Romo in the game, in the preseason game. What happened? One play, gone for the season.
My entire ass.
Broken back. Wasn't going to return till week 10. And at that point, Dak Prescott had taken over the Dallas Cowboys by storm, put together at that time the greatest rookie season that I've ever seen a quarterback play. I'm sorry. I've seen a lot of rookie quarterbacks that, even the great Peyton Manning, he threw 30 interceptions his rookie year? But of course, I get it. His team was shit. The Cowboys were really a good football team. Now, I'm not going to take nothing away from that. They had an awesome offensive line. They drafted Zeke Elliott. Zeke Elliott was supposed to come in to relieve all the pressure off Tony Romo. And Dak and Zeke got to form this friendship and partnership, and it was phenomenal to watch. So that's all because of preseason. I would have never known about this kid. He come in preseason, took over, and all of a sudden, here we are, 11 years later. He's our star quarterback, highest paid player in the history of the NFL, and he still ain't got over the hump. We got to get over that hump. We got to get this team into the playoffs and have a deep playoff run. So a lot of pressure on Dak for saying that, but here's the thing. He always says that. The one thing I've always admired Dak for is that he plays the game. If there's time on that clock, Dak Prescott is playing football. He's not forfeiting. He's not going to go into, okay, we're getting beat. We're just going to, we're just going to finger fuck everything. No, he's trying to fucking win. And that's what I love about Dak. I don't care how much time's on that clock. He is trying to win. And that's the one thing I've always loved about Dak. Everybody, a lot of people, you guys go around who want to hate on him. Oh, he's getting all this shit at garbage time. If there's time on the clock, he's trying. Is he supposed to fucking bow down because the other team goes into a prevent defense? No, fuck that. They want to do that. He's going to take it. He's going to go get it. That's a competitor to me. That's somebody that needs to that's trying their damnedest to win. And I absolutely love that. So that's why it's players like him is why I keep an eye on preseason. Especially with all these draft picks that we picked up, the trades that we made, free agent we picked up. Now I probably don't think they're going to play Jalen Thompson all that much in this preseason because he's still we got to have him healthy for game one. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, but we'll be playing more. Bet your ass. We're going to play Barham. Bet your ass. We're going to be looking at our offensive line. We're going to probably look at all the definitely Tyler Guyton. We're probably going to be looking at we're going to be looking at Tyler Guyton the most, I'd say, because I think the rest of them are pretty much solidified. Maybe even Terrence Steele, but Terrence Steele's been around so long. He is who he is. He's not going to get any better. He's just going to be who he is, and we just got to deal with it. Run blocking, he's a beast. Pass blocking, he's shit. That's what we got to do. We got to rely on our quarterback and some of our blocking schemes to take up for that. Dak being able to be as elusive as he is in the pocket, that it takes a lot of pressure off the lineman. So that's what helped Guyton out last year, and he only gave up 2 sacks. They give up a hell of a lot of pressures. That just tells you that Dak knows how to maneuver around in the pocket, and that's what he's known for. So that's that. So anyway, that's some of the things I'm going to be looking at camp. Obviously, I'm going to be watching a lot of shit. We're probably going to do a lot of content between now and then about who's doing what. Hey, you doing, Mark? Hey, welcome to the show. Please hit that like button, hit that share button. So I'm going to be looking at a lot of different things, man. Because I really felt good about this off season. We didn't, I was expecting it to get really ridiculous with George Pickens and our kicker Brandon Aubrey, being somebody that 2 players we absolutely need going into this season. So it didn't, and that's what really blew me away. When everybody's talking about, especially when Brian brought us made that scenario about him, he would trade George Pickens right now if it meant getting Max Crosby to Dallas. If he wouldn't have showed up for minicamp, I would have been 100% behind that. I could have gotten behind that. Now I'm still #Max to Dallas, and I'll stay that way because honestly, I'm just not 100% set on all of our pass rush right now. I'm really not. As good as it's going to be better than what it was last year probably. With Malik, with Malachi Lawrence, Rashawn Gary, Ezraku, I think he's going to have a better year this year. Maybe Sam Williams is going to step up and try to be the Sam Williams he was his rookie year. Because he benefited a lot off that because of Lawrence and Parsons, and also Fowler and Armstrong that was all here. He benefited a lot off of all that. So, I'm gonna keep an eye on that shit. I just know if we had somebody like a Max Crosby out there, man, I'm telling you right now, I wouldn't be afraid to say, hey, bring it. I dare you to try to beat us. I wouldn't be afraid to say that. Having that kind of pass rush out there. With the additions that we've made, like Quinton Williams, what's he gonna look like at a full season with the Cowboys? Kenny Clark, I think he's going to benefit a lot of with Quinton Williams being more into playing, and Quinton Williams should be. And if we're looking at our defensive line right now, Quinton Williams still is the megastar to me. I know everybody's talking about Rashawn Gary. I just don't think Rashawn Gary was ever a superstar. When I started talking earlier that when you go back and you watch Tyler Guyton against the Green Bay, Parsons gave him a little ass whooping, but he whooped on Tyler. He whooped on Rashawn Gary, man. He handled Rashawn Gary no problem. So. I was watching that on HTM Sports, and landlord was saying, yeah, he'd give him an A+ against Rashawn Gary, but he only gave him, I think he gave him an F against Parsons. Well, Parsons is Parsons, man. So anyway, I know you guys are probably getting tired of hearing me talk about Max Crosby, but I can't help it. There's the arms race going on in the NFC. We're going to have to face those damn Rams. Luckily, we get to face them the week after our bye week. So we're coming off our bye week. We're going into that. So, yeah, I would like to be have a solid team by that time. I mean, that would be fantastic. But I think right now we are a very competitive team. We just got to see what our pass rush is going to look like. If we're going to have to use blitzes, or we're going to be able to get home on with our down linemen. Obviously, we're playing a 3-4. We're going to be running outside linebackers as I guess you're going to be calling Gary an outside linebacker. To me, they're still edge rushers. And a diamond in the rough could be my boy Maris Leofau. He could be. I don't know. He could real easily be trade bait too. There's still some questions to be asked. Obviously, our biggest question is defense. We have done so much this offseason to build that up, but I don't want to walk away from the offense. I want to make sure our offense is going to be prolific. If our line is going to stand up, I want to hold the team off and let number 4 go to work. When QB4 goes to work in that receiving core, in that run game, we should be fine. There's no doubt in my mind we're a top 5 offense. Possibly number 1. I get Rams is going to have something to say about that, but Cowboys were fucking awesome last year on offense. Even if they wouldn't have had that good an offense last year, they probably wouldn't have won a damn game. I'm being honest. That defense was that bad. It was the worst defense in the Cowboys' history, 4th worst defense in NFL history. So I got to I just gotta think, man, we gotta have another edge rusher. I just can't get over that. Because we had him. And I keep going back to that because we fucking had him. Made 3 major plays at Max Crosby. 3. One marinated for a few days until the Ravens stepped up, offered 2 first-round picks. We know what the price is. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, I'm going to be cutting it off. My half hour's up. So I'm going to keep an eye on all these players that I just mentioned in camp, and we'll be talking about it here in the next few days as we go. Camp starts next week. We'll finally hear from Jerry on press day, and God knows what he's going to say. But he's kept his mouth shut. He has took over as the star. He has been. He's let his guys. He hired Eberflus. He hired Parker. They've been taking care of all the press. That's something special. The drama has been down in Dallas this year. Nobody's holding out. Nobody's holding in. That's such a relief right there. Having everybody together, ready to go to work. And God, please, no major injuries. Let's go to work and let's get a good roster for the 2026 season. And let's go chase number 6, goddammit. Let's go get it. Let's go get it. Why not? Anyway, until next time, you know what it is. We are still them boys. 5 days to go for training camp, y'all. Let's do it.